you don't look good, why would people look at you? Because if you don't do that, you don't have an edge.
And that's where opportunities came to me naturally, attracting people to your profile and they want to get to know you better.
How do you strike a conversation from not knowing a person to sitting in a mamak?
My brain doesn't work all the time.
I let it flow. Sometimes it's easy.
Most simple thing you cannot see, that's why you always get a third party to come in to give opinion about your business. If you are facing your products or services every single day, there is no fresh ideas anymore really. Just that don't use it 100%. If you ask my opinion,
You're also talking about toilets. I need to talk about my work because it is LinkedIn and not about my life.
be a supportive member, like and comment on other people's posts as well.
We only see things we are wanting to see and not others. What's your opinion about AI and content creation? Okay. So today I have yet another guest on Break Your Barriers by Linktrunner, and this time it's not only a beautiful girl, a lady, but I want to tell you that I have someone who has so much of courage to go all out, let go her fixed salary and start doing something that her heart has been telling her to do. To start doing something that she didn't have absolute clarity, but she knew that she wanted to take that plunge. She knew that she wanted to do something new in her life. Today, she's not only a B2B influencer and a corporate storyteller, but some of the among top LinkedIn influencers as well. Crystal Lim, tuning in from Malaysia. Let's go. Hello,
Hey,
Crystal.
thank you, Khushboo, for having me here.
Pleasure is mine. I'm so glad that we could meet and share your story and how you have broken some of the stereotypes and your own barriers.
Right.
Let's come to that story, which is you were in a full-time job just last year.
Yep.
And right now, you are in a different world altogether.
Correct.
How did this happen? I mean, deciding to let go a fixed job, salary, and then do something which is so uncertain.
Yeah, so for me, I have been under employment for many, many years. And being an employee is actually a good thing. I have nothing wrong with it. In fact, I really wanted to work as an employee like forever because I'm getting salary every month.
Correct.
The employers are the one who have to get worried, every month I have to find ways to find money to pay the staffs, right?
Correct.
But I do realize whenever I go out to meet people, I mean, this has been built up for the past 2-3 years, especially when I'm very active on LinkedIn, right? So people do say that, Crystal, why not you try this? Why not you try that? So I was just taking it lightly. I was like, okay, But when the years go by, sometimes you feel that the time is right. Or the people that come along the way give you certain encouragement that you may not even realize it. So it's a very natural process for me to just want to start something new and something different, because what's the worst could possibly happen to you? One of them actually asked me that question. So worst case scenario, if things doesn't turn out, I can go back to employment.
I think I love that point. What's the worst that can happen?
Yep.
Go back to employment. Yes, that's true. But still, so many of them are out there who really want to come out of nothing wrong with the job, but they want to come out and do something of their own.
Yep.
They probably want to explore something outside, but they don't have that courage. They're too scared. They have responsibilities. They have family to take care. They have bills to pay. What would you say to someone like that? How did you would also have bills to pay, right, Crystal?
Yes, I definitely have bills to pay.
How did you manage this feeling? Did you have this feeling first?
Yes, it really took a lot of courage and guts to actually, throw in the letter that you want to resign and all that, right?
Were you scared?
Scared. I was very scared. Seriously, I was very scared. And I didn't really have a proper plan after that, to be honest. Like really nothing, because I can only go full swing the moment I resign, because I was still having a full-time job and all that, right?
Correct.
But I do have like a plan B in the sense that you definitely need to have some savings for the next few months. And you also have to ask yourself, if it doesn't turn out well, what is the worst could happen again?
Correct.
Then only you get the courage to actually go ahead and fulfill whatever you're supposed to do.
Let's put a little bit of context. How much of savings should a person have? How much
Wow,
did
wow.
you have? Let's just say.
I would say at least a few months. At least a few
Okay.
months. Yes.
And I think someone who's been working for years, it is not impossible to have savings of few months. How did you overcome your fear? Let's just say you had the savings, everything, but the decision.
The decision came again throughout the people that I meet, the people that I know. Actually, that's why sometimes having the right people around you is very, very important. They will actually support you. And if they feel that you are actually going to the wrong direction, they will actually tell you, why do you stop? It may not be correct.
So, Crystal, I want to put you on a spot right now. Is
Yeah.
it okay?
Yeah, can.
If these people were not there,
Yeah.
would this decision be this easy?
No, it won't be easy.
So, okay. So now let's come to these people. How did you come across these people? Who are these people?
These people are, majority of them are actually my friends from LinkedIn that I met them on LinkedIn. The connections I built throughout the years, even while during employment. So because when I started LinkedIn, I wanted to promote my company's, my boss's company's products. That was my main intention of going on LinkedIn. Everyone has a goal on LinkedIn, right? Not so much for fun, but there's an intention there.
Intention, right? Okay,
You always
this
have
is
an
the
intention.
product I want to make that product go out
Yes.
through LinkedIn. Okay.
So I just started to create content on LinkedIn, to be active on LinkedIn, talking about the products, how can the products benefit someone, but it doesn't really work. It doesn't really work. Because when I was talking too much about the products, people don't really care. People go on LinkedIn is to be educated, to be inspired, right? Not so much to see you selling your products over there. You can share, but you have to create another different angle that where you can market your products naturally. The moment people sense you want to sell them something, what will you do? You will run away as well, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I actually learned a lot from the early years.
So
Yeah.
what did you do? People were running away. So alternatively, did you do something about it?
I'm not really a salesy person. I'm
Okay.
actually quite introvert.
Ah.
So that's why I can write. I think probably I write better. But
Okay.
I'm now talking a lot is because of work as well, that I pick up and learn throughout my years in corporate sales. That's why I get to meet people, you get to learn from them.
I think, Crystal, I want to take two things here, which is you said you're an introvert. And at the same time, I see you posting a lot of pictures with a lot of people. Introvert and networking.
Yep.
Can you give me 3 tips maybe for someone who wants to start networking on LinkedIn and they are introvert as well? How do you
Right.
tell them to do things better?
I think if you are going to an actual physical networking event, right? When I attend these events alone, sometimes the first thing you can do is probably go and meet the person who invited you there, the host.
Okay.
You go to him first,
Okay.
him or her first, and then probably he will actually link you guys to some of his friends over there.
All right.
Or secondly, worst case scenario, I actually just sit in the corner and take out my phone and actually start to check on other things. Check on LinkedIn, okay. Just, sometimes, even though you go to a networking event, it gets very stressful, right?
Yes.
Very, very stressful, yeah. So you can try to balance it in that way because there will be someone as introverted as you in the event place as well.
So you try to look for that person.
You can look for that person. Yes, he'll be very happy to, someone go to him to say hi.
And third tip?
And the third tip, I would say, if let's say on LinkedIn you are an introvert, maybe you can just start off by giving likes or just a simple comment to someone's post as a form of connection. Yeah.
So, Crystal, tell me something. It's been more than 6 months since you've taken this plunge. What was the lowest moment in this 6 months?
I think that the lowest moment, wow. Now you make me think. I'm fortunate that I don't really have a very low moment.
Wow.
Because again, when I started to tell people I'm leaving the company during that few months of notification, right? During the few months of
The tendering, and then you say, okay, you
what's that
have
word already?
tender, right? You place a tender and then
There's a
2 months of serving period.
Yes, there's a 2 month of notice period, right?
Notice
See,
period.
my brain doesn't work all the time. So yeah, during that 2 months, I've been telling people that I'm really leaving, and that's where opportunities came to me naturally. Because before that, I do receive a lot of people actually want me to work with them or collaborate with them, but I kept my doors closed. So that is the thing I realized I was doing. I was just rejecting, declining, rejecting, declining. I wasn't ready.
Correct. Okay.
And this time when I felt I was more ready, and I start to tell the people around me that I'm actually looking out for opportunities or collaboration, and I open up my doors of opportunities, that's where it came in already.
So, Crystal, even before you completed your time with the company, you had opportunities coming in.
Yes.
Why do you think this happened with you?
It's because of the content that I create on LinkedIn. Because the more content that you create, you're actually attracting people to your profile, and they want to get to know you better as a person. And from there, they have a rough idea of who you are and what you can do.
Interesting. Since you have grown yourself from nothing to where you are on LinkedIn today, is there any particular LinkedIn tip that you want to give to the audience who are watching?
Well, I think there will be plenty of them, but I would say if for those who really want to,
Let's do 3 LinkedIn tips.
3 LinkedIn tips,
Yes.
try to be a supportive member, like and comment on other people's posts as well, because if you want people to like and comment on your own post, it has to be a two-way street, right?
Yeah.
And I always tell people, LinkedIn is like your name card. The more you like on other people's posts, you are giving away your name card. You will be noticed by them.
Interesting.
Right?
I love that approach.
And the third thing is that make sure your profile is tidied up and updated. No point creating content when your profile is empty. There's nothing about you at all. It's such a wasted opportunity.
You don't look good. Why would people look at you? Imagine how you are judgmental when you are going to those events and you're judging people. It's like that. It's a digital look, right?
Yes.
Okay, let's hear the third one.
Yeah. So the third one would be try to engage with people in the form that you. Okay, wait. The third one would be. Okay, so the third tip would be if you guys attend any event outside or there's something interesting that happened in your daily life, you can actually pen that down as a form of content on LinkedIn, as a LinkedIn post. Because when you share what happened in your daily life that relates to your work or your career, or sometimes even things that are very human, right? People will actually read because they want to learn from you and they want to be inspired by you.
And I think Crystal very rightly said, because when you like, when you comment, it's a power of reciprocity.
Yes.
When you go out and have your profile up there, it's your credibility, which is years of credibility in one single screen. And I think the third point which you mentioned about having that content and putting out relatability content, which is when you give daily, day to day, it's most of the times related with people somewhere or the other. So very beautiful. I would love to say power of reciprocity, your own credibility, and establishing relatability. I love all 3 of them, and last one was my special favorite, I would say.
Because just like in a real networking event, you cannot just be collecting name cards and you don't give people your own profile.
Yes.
Right? It has to be two-way street.
Wow.
Yeah. And then I also would like to highlight that when people actually message me for collaborations or want to get to know me better, right? It's all because of my postings and content which is not related to my products, not related to my work.
I would like you guys to really, really hear this with a lot of inspiration, because she's not posting about her product. She's posting about her people, who she sees on day-to-day basis. Go check her out. You'll be able to see that. But the funny part is, still she's getting jobs. She's getting people to collaborate with her. Still she's getting opportunity to be with people on a very commercial level as well. And it is bringing value back. She's left her job. Of course, she's having a wonderful living. And one thing I know from behind the scene conversation that I can tell you guys is, she's very happy and feels fulfilled. And that's beautiful, right?
Yes.
I think that's something which makes us who we are, right? This, when we are happy, when we are really enjoying it, the life automatic. Even if we are earning a little less, it's okay.
Even though I've been working like
24 hours.
24/7,
Oh,
yes.
and that's for real. Literally having to
Yeah.
forget holidays.
Yeah, I've been working with a lot of workaholic people as well.
I would say good influence.
Yeah.
Good influence. So, Crystal, coming down to a point where you started on LinkedIn, how did that feel like to you in the early few days? And I really want you to
the
highlight
early years, is it?
early years of LinkedIn, like when you started it.
When I started it, I would never have expected today, because when I started, I still remember the time when I was having about 2 or 3 thousand followers. Because that was the time I actually got hired by Grab Malaysia to be one of their storytellers.
Oh,
During
wow.
that time, it was a program
Okay.
by Nest Academy as well. So I actually participated in it and went through their program. And in the end, I was selected to be one of their content creators.
Wow.
And I still remember I told them that I wanted to focus on LinkedIn. And I wanted to focus on the Grab merchants that is related to business side of it. I still remember, about 3,000 followers at that time, about 2 years ago.
So, how did you feel at that point of time? Because sometimes people are anxious. They're like too many corporates, too many professionals. There'll be a lot of judgment. There'll be people who might think I might do something wrong. I might post something wrong. Did any of these feelings were there for you at that point of time?
Yeah, so at that point of time, of course, I know that I would not post certain things which may like offend people or sensitive things or political things, right? My main intention is again to highlight about other people, because I feel that I can give them a voice. And I enjoy being a storyteller or content creator, even actually since quite a number of years ago. It's like you enjoy what you're doing. So it depends. Sometimes some people like to take photos, some people like to write, some people like to just talk about other things, right? So
Correct.
for me, I just tried it as part of what I'm doing. And whenever I highlight about another person in my post, that person always get the attention.
Correct.
And that's what I want, because I want more people to know about them as well, to help their business, to help about them or help their...
Doesn't make you feel like people are paying attention to that person, not to me?
It will be both ways. Now people pay attention to me, right? But they'll pay attention to you as well, because you are giving me the attention.
Very beautiful, very beautiful. And that's the beauty of networking, is when you go out and you bring value out for others, it comes.
Which reminds me, I have another story, right? I have a friend who only posts about his work, very detailed, everything very formal. But when I met up with him one day, he actually asked me this question. He asked, Crystal, I'm actually out here having durians with you guys.
Yes.
Can I actually post this on my LinkedIn? Right? He was
Very good question.
cautious. He was a bit scared. Like.
Yes.
So I actually told him, right? Yes, you can go ahead and post this durian, because when people see you networking with us, what is the impression that you will get? People will think that you are going out to network, you are mixing around. There's a form of like a communication, and you're a people person. You enjoy being with the community, you know. So all these things is actually a good thing for him to share, instead of just his work alone. There's a human side of him, you know, enjoying durians with all the LinkedIn professionals.
Did he actually do it?
Yeah, he actually did it.
Oh,
And the
wow.
review was quite good, you know, a lot of comments.
I'm
coming in.
100%
Yeah.
sure, because I think this is one inhibition that people have, which is that I need to talk about my work because it is LinkedIn and not about my life. And if we go to your profile, it's not just your life, you're also talking about toilets.
Oh, yes. My toifies. My toifies.
Yes, I mean, just imagine that taking the branding to a point where people are relating with toifies, and you know, there's a sense of consciousness when it comes to toilet. I mean, you know, we just feel like, okay, really, it's like, okay, really. But today, it's become a thing which is people are making fun, they're laughing, they're enjoying, they're together. Like, okay, come, Crystal, let's go do a toify. Right? I think we will also do after this interview.
Yes. Khushboo has one of the cutest toilets I've ever seen. Serious.
Okay, guys, I have got a recommendation. First time ever on my toilet.
Really? You have to see, can insert the shot here. Really very cute toilet. Oh my goodness.
Oh my god. Okay, I didn't know that this episode will be so funny, but yes, I'm having too much fun. I guess, Crystal, what I love about you is you just have that non-stop spirit, and there is no filter for who you are on LinkedIn to who you are in person, because now I've spent that time with you, right? So I would love for you to share, how do you maintain that authenticity even on a corporate platform? Sometimes people get cautious about their self to bring it on LinkedIn. So what is your piece of advice for them?
I think still being authentic and relatable is still the key, because if you actually, when you post a content, right, if you actually put your own ideas and your own words inside the post, right, you are actually making yourself very unique. Because if, let's say, example, we are having a meal of, let's say, nasi lemak, okay? You said this nasi lemak is very nice, I said this nasi lemak is very nice, and we are describing how delicious it is. That's very normal, because whatever you say and I say, it's the same thing.
Correct.
But imagine I add in my own opinion. For example, I bring in the founder inside, and I want to listen to his story. And why is he creating this nasi lemak? I'm not going to talk about how delicious the nasi lemak is, while majority of the people will be doing that. So I have my own angle to come in already. And that's where people want to know more about you and also the founder of the business.
I'm just so happy, Crystal, you said this, because running an academy, I know how much people feel that, why will people listen to my story? Why my opinion matters? It does. It does, right? If you wouldn't have bought your opinions from last 2 years, 3 years, today you are doing all by your own. This wouldn't have come to life.
Yes.
And we would not have wanting to listen to your opinion, because I guess it's about, as you said in your headline, humanizing content. It's about, because when two people connect with two people, it is more about the relatability. Yeah, Crystal is the one I relate with. Let's hear what she has to say. Rather than, let's just say Oprah Winfrey is talking about nasi lemak. I won't be able to relate with her, right? I would cheer her, and I was like, oh wow, good opinion and all that. But there's a sense of relatability which we feel with people of us, right? I think that's so beautiful. Crystal, I know your journey would have gone through a lot of ups, and a little bit da-da-da-da-da-da-da. But I want to, for you, because you have been creating content so consistently, do you have any tip for our listeners on how to maintain consistency?
When I started, I didn't even post for the whole month. I didn't even post for months or even weeks. There were moments I wanted to write. My brain just got jammed. In the end, I didn't even write at all. Yeah.
Wow.
I really didn't even write. And the first few friends that I met during my initial LinkedIn journey, I didn't even post about them until 1 year later. Can you imagine that? But I kept the photos. So these photos are not for vanity's sake. These photos are good social proof or good content that can bring meaning to my posts.
How is that?
Because have you seen some LinkedIn viral posts, right? Just by having photos and 2 words. It's not how much you write. Sometimes the photo can tell a story already. The photo itself is so meaningful.
Yes.
And the words are just a complement to it. So at the beginning, I would say that do according to your own pace. If you feel you want to do it once a month, first, just do it once a month. At least there's a start. So I started from that, and it became more frequent as the days go by. It gets much easier. The more you
Slowly and
practice,
steadily.
yes. So it gets easier and easier and easier. And now I can actually post 1, 2, 3 times a day. If I have the time, I can actually do that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. And Crystal, you're meeting people, right? How do you strike a conversation from not knowing a person to sitting in a mamak?
You mean from LinkedIn, right?
Yeah.
So from LinkedIn wise, that's where we always try to make them into our warm connection.
Okay.
Like I always see Khushboo posting her content. So I like, this lady, I've been seeing her every now and then, posting stuff like that. So I kind of know her already, even though we have not spoken or met in real life. And likewise, I think she also felt the same way of me. So when we actually met in person, first time, we were like, wow, remember?
Yes. We're like, oh, Crystal, oh, Khushboo, oh, yes.
It's like we know each other for ages, but we have never met,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So because of LinkedIn, actually makes our world so much smaller
Yep.
and so much easier to communicate.
Yes.
And if you talk about how I actually bring them back, bring them to, let's say, to the mamak, right? Make friends with them online first.
Okay.
You can always start a conversation.
Okay.
When you feel that the person is giving you some replies, right? Always reply them.
Okay.
Yeah, start a conversation about them. Always ask about them. Don't always talk about you. It has to be about them. Then people will know you're actually concerned about them.
Okay.
Then only from there, it's much easier to say, hey, one day we should catch up for a drink so that we get to know more about your business. Yeah.
Okay.
And you can tell, maybe we will collaborate one day. Yeah. So it's definitely an intention there because after all, we also want to get to know each other to see how we can go forward for win-win situation. If it benefits both parties, why not? Yeah.
Beautiful. I think it's really coming down to what you've mentioned. How I feel is no overthinking and casually just taking the conversation like you would do in real life with someone.
Yes.
Right?
And even when I meet someone in real life nowadays, right, because I don't have a physical name card, my LinkedIn is my name card. So I was
Okay, let's do a high five on this because I
Oh,
also,
that is-
it's okay. Because I have been paperless for last, I think 3-4 years or more. Very nice. LinkedIn, just let's connect.
Yeah, and also because when previously when I tried to give up some name cards, right, there are actually people say, Crystal, it's okay, I do not accept name cards anymore. Give
This
me an
was,
idea already. It's like,
okay.
I don't need to print any more name cards.
Yes.
So the moment I say, hey guys, I connect with you on LinkedIn, if they have LinkedIn, they actually get very excited. And from there, I will check out their profile. Like, oh, so you're actually, doing this. It creates a conversation. You don't even need to think. Just mention that. It's very fun. It's very fun to actually,
So basically, you can also use LinkedIn as your icebreakers and small
Yes.
talks.
definitely 100%.
Lovely. I think, Crystal, so how's the plan now? Like, things have started, you've started something of your own, you're empowering
Yeah.
people right now, you're also an influencer, which you don't like to be called as, but for lack
Yeah.
of any other word, I would like to say is a creator on LinkedIn.
Yes.
So, what next?
Again, I have to thank one of my LinkedIn friends. He really encouraged me to take up this train the trainer certification,
TTT,
right?
yeah.
Which I've never thought in my entire life before. I would never even know, me as a trainer? It's like very weird, right? But that's why sometimes you realize that people can see you as how you can't even see yourself, right?
Okay, I'll just take a pause here. Why is it important to hear these signals that people notice about you?
Because just like in any business, if you are facing your products or services every single day, there is no fresh ideas anymore already. Every day you've been seeing the same thing, right? Sometimes even the most simple thing you cannot see. That's why you always get a third party to come in to give opinion about your business. As an employer, we are so into our business sometimes. We really
Beautiful.
cannot think anymore.
Wow.
So sometimes when people tell me this, I will just take notice. I will like, okay, is it really, I can do it? If can, why not I try? This is something to add on to my additional portfolio, which I think is a great idea.
Wow.
Definitely a great idea. So
Yes.
it's like, why not? Yes, let's do it. Go for it. So I just tried it out.
And it's nice
Yeah.
because we also are sometimes have such a horse's vision. Like, we only see things we are wanting to see and not others.
Yes.
And that's where signals from universe comes in. And if you let it come in, it's a beautiful journey. I guess, Crystal, your life is such a beautiful example of not only taking that plunge, but also trusting the process.
Yes.
Because I think if you would have tried to plan it through, I will leave job, I will then do this, I don't think, right?
Yeah, it doesn't work for me, but it may work for other people. So actually everyone has their own way of living or their own plans. So still find your sweet spot or find the things that you think is suitable for you.
I think,
Yeah.
Crystal, this one I can say is suitable for me as well. After COVID specifically, like prior COVID is like, okay, 1 year plan and all of that. But after COVID, I'm more about what exactly I'm looking for rather than trying to nail down the how. I let the how be by itself. I let the how to be as it happens, not thinking.
Are you Pisces?
No.
Okay.
But I am spiritual as a person,
Oh,
so
I
that
see.
automatically helps me to look at things with a different perspective. So
Okay.
just try to put my intention to what it is
Right.
and let the how be.
I see. Because I always joke with my friends. I'm a Pisces. I follow the flow. If the
Oh,
river brings me to the
really?
left, I will just go to the left.
That's what.
Yeah.
And you don't know what's there on the left, right? Only when you're led there, you're like, oh my God, there's a gold mine.
Yes.
And
yes.
I never knew that. So
Yeah.
if the world has not given me this direction,
Yep.
I would have not found it. So
Exactly.
I'm not Pisces, but somewhere I feel that I have that relatability because I let it flow. Sometimes it's easy. So, Crystal, we've covered so many things and so many aspects, but someone who's absolutely new to LinkedIn and have just heard it or maybe have an account, any piece of advice for them?
It's a very funny story. I just met someone yesterday who has LinkedIn but is not active for the past 1 year already, okay?
Exactly
And
what
the
I...
moment I asked him, I told him I'm active on LinkedIn, he actually replied, I don't know whether he'll be seeing it, but it's okay lah. He said that, oh, LinkedIn is too professional for me, you know, I don't use LinkedIn, I just have an account, but I'm not active there. I'm active on other platforms, okay? So it's okay, I didn't want to bother him. He already said LinkedIn is not his cup of tea.
Correct.
So I was just continuing my conversation with another friend who was with me. Both of us, we have LinkedIn. I was sharing with him what are we doing on LinkedIn, our postings and everything. After the end of the 2-hour conversation that he was listening and later on he came in as well, at the end of the session, you guess what happened? He posted 3 posts on his LinkedIn.
Oh,
Serious. Because there are certain things I have actually woke him up which he never thought before. Example, LinkedIn organic SEO is really good.
yep.
It's good for his business.
Very true.
I have proven it to you. I said, why don't you search your own product now?
Correct.
The moment he Googled it, the LinkedIn of his business page, which of course created by someone else, not him, appeared in the first page of Google. Then I said, exactly. Imagine if you creating content, your profile will be popping up in the first page.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and it's free marketing for you. Yeah, so,
So-
all this came into the picture. Then only he got so active, and he thanked me after that.
I was just about to say that this is the power of having the right conversation and
Yes.
right experience bringing in. And I think, yes, go guys, Google your name on Google
Or the
And-
or the products or the business.
and
yeah.
you will be surprised. If there is a presence on LinkedIn, it will be among the top 4 links.
Yes.
And
Exactly.
that's how powerful the SEO is. It's not that good with Facebook and Instagram, guys. No biases, okay? Just go. It's real data.
Correct.
So, Crystal, now that we're almost coming to the end of the podcast, it was wonderful having you. But I do not want to wrap up without asking you one big question, which is, what is that one big barrier in your life that you have broken so far in your journey?
Will this be like overall?
Overall.
Or LinkedIn?
No,
LinkedIn?
overall.
Oh.
Just Crystal Lim. It's about Crystal Lim. It's not about Crystal Lim, the influencer or the creator.
Oh, okay. I think it's still being a very introverted person to being now everyone's saying I'm extrovert. I was even called like a mute, you know, during my school time. I was really quiet. I was really quiet. My teacher even asked my mom, "Is she okay?" Serious.
Oh.
I was just very shy. I still remember, I just didn't want to talk to anyone. I didn't make the first move. I don't want to talk to people first. I want people to talk to me first. These are just shy people. Actually, it's okay. I think it's fine. It's just a personality. We do have a lot of quiet or shy people who can really make it in life, right? But yeah, but because of the work that came to me, I guess also I learned from all my experienced people. Learn how to communicate better. Learn how to talk to people or different people. You know, how I behave now is because of how Khushboo's energy is giving me. If I'm with someone who's very serious, I will probably be serious as well. Yeah. So if you are very cheerful and friendly, I will actually do that back to you. So I easily blend with you in that sense. Yeah.
It's like water.
Yeah. So I know that some people find it a little bit difficult in that sense, but somehow I think I can do it. I think that's my biggest
Strength.
overcoming the barrier. The strength is I can easily adapt to people. And I think I can also roughly gauge, right, your personality. I try to blend it as much as possible.
Wow.
Yeah. Sometimes, during the conversation, you see this person like getting a bit bored. Then I think I'll just change topic and talk about something else.
So
You can roughly know.
you're sensitive to someone's emotion to an extent that you
Yeah.
can read it and you can transition accordingly, adapt accordingly.
Yeah, because sometimes in certain conversation, when the other party is talking for the next 2 hours, and if he cannot read your body language, right, he doesn't know that you actually
Are not comfortable.
Yeah, so it's not so sensitive in the part. Because sometimes we have to be very sensitive to our client's requirement, our client's needs. Not talking about you. Always have to ask back the other person.
How
I
it
think that
feels.
part I really learned a lot. Probably
So
I
from
wasn't
go-
that last time.
So from going mute kind of in
Yeah,
the
like very
school
quiet.
to introvert to
Yeah.
now being called an extrovert, it's possible, guys. It's
Yeah.
possible. If you are someone who's feeling like I'm an introvert and I'll die introvert, no. Maybe it's just about letting yourself open up your wings, expose yourself to a network which respects you, which loves you, which really looks at you with a different eye and not from an eye of assumption. I think that gives us a little more wings. Like, I never thought I could be a speaker. Only other people could see it in me.
Exactly.
And that's when I was like, okay, really? Seriously?
Yeah.
I mean, I was like, no, I don't think so. I'll just be so scared standing up on the stage and talking. So I think it's just trusting other people's perspective about you sometimes a little more
Yep.
to understand your own strength.
Yeah.
And I truly feel that you're no more an introvert for sure. And it's a beautiful, beautiful power that you have, which is to be able to be sensitive to other people's emotion.
Yes, correct.
Wow.
In the end, because in the end, humans will connect with humans. In this world, it's like that. And if for people who always want to do business with, who are the people who will give you business? Who will give you business? Humans. In the end,
Correct.
still humans. Yeah, so that's why the connection is very important.
I always say, in the world of so much of AI and robotics, it's so important to actually humanize.
Yes,
Because if you don't do that, you don't have an edge.
correct.
I think, Crystal, I know we are at the end, but I'm really curious to ask you, what's your opinion about AI and content creation?
Oh, I actually embrace that. Just that don't use it 100%. If you ask my opinion, right? I still use AI to generate ideas, right? It makes your life much easier. When the ideas come out already, then you take the idea and write it in your own words. Write it in my own style of writing. Add your own opinion with it. Because whatever experience you have for that day, the AI will not know. You still have to put in the prompts and all that, right? But make it uniquely you. Yeah, that's what I do.
Wonderful. So
Complement.
using it like a support to
Yes.
bring efficiency and not replacing you.
Yeah, don't copy 100% because it's very obvious that someone copied 100% from the AI. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, Crystal. So now that we are at the edge of it, I'm just going to play a quick game before
Oh.
we wrap it up, okay?
Can.
So the quick game is top of the mind recall. Okay, so I'm going to ask you a question and you're going to say one word answer. Like, it's just one word.
Okay.
Your next travel destination.
New Zealand. Oh, it's 2 words, but it's one country.
Favorite color.
Purple.
Okay.
Wow, it took me so long.
Okay, Netflix series you last saw.
What was that Korean chef? The cooking show, the cooking reality show. There's a Korean cooking. I can't
Master
remember
Chef
the
or something, okay.
But it's a Korean base. I can't remember the name really.
Okay. One book you would like to give to a friend.
Oh, I would like to give Olivia Lee's. Her title is Selling with Consciousness.
Very nice book. Okay. One tip you want to give someone who's joining LinkedIn.
Go ahead.
I like that style. Okay. A movie you love watching on repeat.
Sorry.
A movie you like watching again and again.
On repeat, I guess. You know what? I don't even have time for movies nowadays. Let me think. So honestly, I've not been watching movies for ages already.
Oh, okay. So I'll skip that. Okay.
But if probably you talk about TV dramas, maybe those old TVB dramas on reruns, something like that.
Your favorite place to go around in Malaysia?
KL City. I know it sounds very...
Really? Oh my God, okay. Guys, there are a lot of more beautiful places than KL
Yeah,
City.
because first impression comes to my mind. First impression.
Okay, cool. Okay, what comes to your mind when I ask you who is Crystal Lim?
She's just someone from Malaysia.
A beautiful, kind, compassionate, and courageous girl. I liked it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for
Yeah.
being with us and
Yeah.
playing this amazing game and sharing your journey and story with us on the podcast. It was just phenomenal, everything that you shared. Love you. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much, Khushboo. Thank you.
Thank you. Yay. Bye.